Check your inbox for new message. Oh man, it's 5 new messages. Alright, let's keep reading. Vid above those streams. Gobbet's face winks onto the screen. Her rats are perched precariously on her head, and she holds a laser pointer clutched between her thumb and forefinger. Oh hey Seattle, I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. She flicks the laser pointer and her rat's head swivel to the right to follow the motion. Why did I just say that? This is a recording. It doesn't matter if it's a bad time. Yes, Gobbet, why did you say that? Well, anyway, I was thinking about that talk we had. You know, the dream talk about the nightmares and stuff. Another flick of the pointer, the rat's heads turn left and nose is twitching. I've got a friend here in town. She runs the Parlor of Five Faces. It's sort of a local magic shop and talismonger. Name's Crafty. This is like the 3rd time the game has told us this. I think she's a major plot point, and people just keep missing her because she's like right in the corner of the map, in a different map, right inside the shop. Flick, the rat's heads turn upwards to stare at the ceiling. Anyway, she's smart, really smart. Her mum was sort of a local authority on all things magical, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. If you wanted to ask anyone in town about these dreams, she'd be the right one to choose. She taps a button on the laser pointer with her thumb, and the little red dot on the tip goes dark. The rats immediately tackle one another, rolling off her head and falling out of sight. She gets up, her head rising out of frame. Anyway, I just thought it might help. If you've already been talking to Crafty, please disregard this message. Alright, I'm out. Peace. She punches a button and the screen goes dark. Yeah, no, Crafty must be like an important plot point that when they tested the game, like people just keep missing it because it's not in any of the obvious places. Mayo attending a party. From Kaini Cheng to SCKC, attending a party. SCKC, I need you to come to the parlor. A friend and business partner of mine named Dr. Shen Yang has need of your services. Something about attending a fancy party in Repose Bay. He was unwilling to give me the details. I think he wanted to size you up himself. Okay. So, another... We're getting jobs faster than we're completing them. Mayor Raymond Black's history. From Isabel to SCKC, Raymond Black's history. Duncan asked me to do some digging on my own into Raymond's history. I guess he doesn't trust Kaini Cheng to give him the full story. I can't say I blame him, since she'd hide things from us if it was in her best interest to do so. So I've been poking around various corners of the Matrix, trying to dig up what I can. Most sinners leave a data trail the size of an aircraft carrier in their wake. Working backward in time, Raymond starts out that way, but it slowly tapers away into nothingness. Sure, I can find some basic records in Seattle, power, utilities, a couple of public discussion sites he signed up for. But the further back I get, the less I find. And the craziest part is this, prior to 2032 I can't find anything at all, and that shouldn't be possible. It's like Raymond didn't exist before then. I don't know, I'm gonna keep digging, but it'll take me a while. I'll let you know when I get some news worth sharing. He was sinless before? You have 2 unread messages. Opportunity. Preface bypass. Yo, come see me if you have a chance. I have a trade opportunity. Maximum. Oh, I didn't go down to Maximum Law's shop. Maximum Law Matrix Wampa Integrated Hub meet Law's Technology Palace. Drone is what done is what happens when I rain the fire. What? Oh, wait, what? Ultrathon Visigoth, Judge of Titan. Job offer from Isabel. A recording of Isabel pops onto the screen. She stares into the camera, her eyes full of intensity. If you're watching this, you've decided to listen to my job offer. That's a good thing. I wasn't convinced that you would. Our target is a local decker, a former Wampon in the Matrix. His handle is Rhombus. He has the software we need. Unfortunately, he is unassailable from the Matrix, and nobody knows where he lives in Meatspace, but I know where he's going to be. There's an event coming up that Rhombus can't afford to miss. He might already be on his way there. As you're reading this message, deckers from all over Asia, white hat, black hat alike, are converging on the Harbour Spires Hotel. This year, Harbour Spires is hosting DeckCon, Hong Kong's largest annual decking convention. Rompus is going to be there, and that gives us an opportunity. We're going to hit the convention, find him in meat space, and get the software away from him. And we're going to do it quietly. Enclosed, you will find a copy of the plan that I've worked out for the run, presented in bullet point format. Everything should be fairly straightforward. Isabel's image winks off the screen, replaced by a blinking cursor. As you watch, the screen begins to fill with lines of simple instructions. I'll provide you with one other runner of your choice with visitor passes for the convention. Oh, she's not coming? I will proceed ahead of you using my own guest badge. Oh, she is coming. I will hide in the women's lavatory on the first floor. You will enter via the kitchen and procure me a uniform from the catering staff. Be sure that the uniform is size 4. She's a dwarf, right? Imagine if she's wearing like a giant uniform. We will rendezvous. I will change into the uniform, and using it, I will infiltrate the administrative wing on the 6th floor. You will proceed into the convention hall and await further instructions. Using the admin computer, I will identify Rhombus via his guest registration form. Once I have done this, I will alert you via comlink. I will upgrade your badges to VIP status, granting you access to the VIP wing of the hotel. You will tell Rhombus that he has been granted VIP status and offer to escort him to a complimentary hotel room. You will escort him to a room that I designate and hold him there. I will check out of the matrix and make my way from the admin wing to your room. We will intimidate Rhombus, beat the tar out of him until he gives us the software. We will tie and gag Rhombus and stuff him into a storage closet. We will not be gentle. It's okay if he starts crying. Actually, please prioritize this. I want to see tears. Software in tow, we'll make our escape. Isabel, do you have issues? Do you have things you want to tell me? Why do you need him to cry, Isabel? The glowing text fades and Isabel winks back onto the screen. See, it's a simple plan, just like I said. We should be able to get through it without firing a shot. So will you do it? Will you help me get to the software I need? Sure, take the run. The pre-recorded footage of Isabel winks off of the screen. A real-time feed of her Matrix avatar replaces it. Excellent. I knew that I could count on you. Set it up, SCKC. This is gonna be fun. Is it? You have 0 messages. Shadowlands BBS. Post-pay data? I don't have any pay data. Claim payment for sold pay data. Exotic animals deal contracts. $300. Oh, actually no, $270. Alright, go back, search BBS relevant keywords. Police shootout in Victoria Harbour. I know a lot of you are interested in that 50,000 yen the Hong Kong police force is promising in connection with the terrorist cells they're hunting. So I've been digging around for some better information. I think I've got some stuff of value. Turns out they had a handler here in Hong Kong by the name of Raymond Black. The Hong Kong police force tried to take him into custody the day before, but were forced to kill him in a shootout. Looks like Black and the terrorists are members of the White Star group out of Hainan. Isn't White Star all about restoring Imperial China? One of those terrorists they killed was obviously North American. Why would she be helping a pro-imperialist group? You got money, you can buy any kind of person you need. You're on Shadowlands, oh my. You should know that. So what do we know about Black and his band of thugs? Anything we can use to track them down? The data I've been able to dig up says that Black was from Hainan and was distantly related to the royal family. He spent a couple of decades in Seattle making connections in the shadows. In preparation for an attack on the Free Enterprise Zone, I've attached some dossiers on his remaining agents. You sift through a long stream of data detailing who you and Duncan are. While the general details about your name and life are correct, many of the small details are wildly inaccurate. You are listed as having lived in Laos for the past 4 years, while Duncan is noted as having spent most of his life in prison. You move on to peruse Gilbert's and Isabel's ostensible biographies. The dossier lists Gilbert's real name as Yu Chan Gui, and her place of birth as Xi'an, San Shi. According to the contents, she is 23 years old and served with the Baihu corporate military until conviction for insubordination led to her dishonorable discharge. While you can't be certain Gobbet doesn't speak Mandarin, the idea of her being in the military, any military, is downright laughable. Yeah, no, I mean... yeah, it would be a very special military that allows her to keep her rats at all times. I mean, she may be in the military, but these guys in the military, not so much. Isobel, in turn, is listed as Fatima Abuka. Apparently, Isobel was educated at an early age in terrorism and piracy by the revolutionaries of the Ethiopian territories, and is wanted in connection with the bombing 2052 bomb attack on the French embassy in Johannesburg. Given that you know that Isobel grew up here in Hong Kong, this information appears to be as laughably inaccurate as your own dossier. No more posts in this thread. Alright. Thread, Posy Bash. Alright folks, we're trying it again. This time under a super secret code name. There's no telling how long this will last, so let's the bashing begin. Super secret code name? You just ran the words poetry slam through a thesaurus. Poetry, people, not complaints. A thief on the run. A silencer in the dark. A rat, the rat shaman lurks. Wait, is Jivebird the rat shaman? Is Jivebird, Goblin? Got one for the coyote shamans too. An unbound trickster. This shaman fears no peril. Wily coyote. Wily coyote. On a roll, Jivey. Here's another one. If Matt can stand it. Pulses of light glance off bright chrome. Translucent spheres encase my treasure. Mirrors and tubes and neon implode. Another day in the Matrix. Okay. Hey, I can do traditional. I happen to prefer the haiku because less typing. Gossamer tresses, infinity in your gaze, very pointy ears. Very pointy ears. Extra points for using gossamer correctly in a sentence. Gossamer. Okay, but very pointy ears though. I like elves. Jivebird is still the master of the haiku, in fact. Oh, graveyard creeper, ashen skin, spiny fingers, and claws freak me out. Alright, Shakespeare, this is strike 2. This thread is getting locked and you aren't doing this again, call me. This board is for deckers who want to talk shop. There are plenty of other forums you can use for your stupid amateur poetry. I suggest that you go find one. Top shelf sublet available immediately. Like the title says, good location, cheap rent, serious offers only, please. What do you mean by top shelf? As in a fancy corp condo? How'd you manage that? Nah man, it's literally the top shelf of the converted maintenance closet I live in. You're joking. No joke, it's cheap and the location's good, right near the Temple Street night market. And it has super fast access, just in case you need to get in and out of the Matrix quick. I'm not the sort to ask questions. It's just about enough space to stretch out your legs lying down. And there's a ceiling hook for your gear, what do you say? I don't know, I need a place, but still. This is very Hong Kong, by the way. Hong Kong apartments are about that size. A shelf in a shared closet? Screw that, I've got a sweat pad I've got a sweet pad to rent that you can have all to yourself. It's not Victoria Park or anything, but it's a bargain. Where's it at? Kowloon Ward City. It's one of the new construction units on the outer edge. I'll throw in a second ceiling hook, deal? Okay, message me and we'll work out the nitty-gritty. Seriously? The walled city isn't that bad. My apartment is huge and it even has windows. I'll beat Harbour Rat rent. In fact, just tell me what you want to pay. Hello? Nobody wants to live in the walled city. Alright, looking for Decker. Looking for experienced Decker for a discreet milk run on a supply house for purveyors of recreational substances. Potential for a longer term arrangement. We're a team that's been together for years, running your basic heist and the occasional transport gig. We've got a reliable fixer and long list of happy clients. Requirement: you must have a good sense of humor. Hey, are you willing to give a newbie a shot? I've been in and out of Matrix since I was in school. I raised some crits doing odd jobs, so I've got a hot new cyber deck that I'm itching to try on a real run. I'm a zoom. I don't know, man. We'd really like to find a long-term Decker, and you kinda don't know shit. You said so yourself, sorry. Oh, come on, you said it was a milk run. How else would a Shadowrunner start if not with an easy gig? I'm being upfront with you, doesn't that count for something? Fine, I got a test for you. You hacked this guy, Captain Scone, and changed his password to erotic massage. I'm on it, thanks. Done. Am I in the what? Say yes, say yes. What the fuck? Zoom, may I introduce you to our rigger, Captain Scone? You'll make a fine addition to our team. Thank you, you won't regret this. You gotta stop getting people to hack me, gimme. Or you're gonna be looking for a new rigger next. Oh, you know that you love me. Alright, cool. Alright, nothing on the Shadowland for us. Open jobs directory. All active jobs. I guess there's only 3. Kindly Cheng wants us to meet her in the parlor or thing. But I'm gonna actually go meet Kindly Cheng's friend, head to DECCON 2056 for Isabel's job. I haven't been to what time is it? I haven't been on a run for like, I've been playing for several hours today, and I've just been talking to people. I haven't left this area, and I've just been talking. Maximum Law, I didn't talk to you when I was walking around. Maximum Law surveys the docks from beneath his meticulously patched tarpaulin. Goggled and belted with electronics, his arms folded, his expression stern. A sweat-drenched little king, his boat rocks gently. As you approach, he looks sharply your way and breaks into an awkward smile. Hey, SCKC, I was hoping you'd come around. You got a minute? What's up? Kindly had Wampon burn your sin. Word is, you're doing work for her. Not normal Yellow Lotus stuff. Law shifts from foot to foot. He fidgets with the hardware on his belt. Shadowrunning. Yes, I'm now an unusual asset. Wicked. Law says it distinctly in a hushed tone. Then seems to catch himself. He draws himself up to his full height. His usual demeanor of self-assurance returns. That's pretty ironclad, SCKC. Pretty vicious. If you do good, you'll be noticed. Listen, if you've got info about runs, I can make it worth something. We Wampons call that kind of thing metadata. Wampon likes to get the word on the street from the active operators. Worth something? Credits? Doesn't Wampo's service to the clientele include not prying? Worth something? Credits? Yeah, I can hook you up with something. Maybe creds, maybe some sweet programs, but really you'll gain face with Wampo. That counts for a lot more than money. Law looks out through the rain. Across the rocking boat, he wipes his foggy goggles lenses with a rag from his pocket. His stomach gurgles loudly. Augmented reality goggles aside, this gig gets really boring sometimes. You ever want to talk shop? I'm here. Tell me about Wompo. We're pretty much the best, yo. What do you want to know? Hey, we just killed some of your elders. Law folds his arms impatiently, as if irritated by your request, but he can't quite stifle a proud grin. Tell me about the tribe, generally. Who are you guys? Law smirks. You really are new to the Kong, aren't you? We're the New Matrix Collective. We run the Hong Kong Data Haven and the Kong Shadow Nets. We are the Hong Kong Shadow Nets. Outside the corporate nets is the rest of the Kong. And in those shadows you'll find the threads of golden light, like a vast spider web that carry information. Those golden threads and that web is Wompo. Law gives a curt, virile nod. My buddy Radstorm wrote that. Pretty wicked, huh? Anyway, we are bleeding edge in the path to the singularity. We're doing things no one else is doing anywhere, except maybe Denver or Tokyo. Our homeland is the Matrix, and we're building a society of truth and expertise and information. You seem very outspoken, less modest than many Hong Kongers. Is that tribal? I'm more outspoken, yo. I don't need the meat space rituals. Modesty is inefficient. He shrugs dismissively. Is that a wampon thing? For those of us who are most dialed, maybe, we are post-cultural. Law sweeps his hand around, gesturing at the surroundings. I hardly see any of this meat space. Our meat space headquarters is a big 20th century ship. That's totally awesome. Whatever, it's just meat space. Wompo is bleeding edge on the path to becoming the singularity, and in the singularity there's gonna be nothing but straight up truth. Law punches his fist down at the ground, striking a majestic pose like a Tridio barbarian. Boom! Truth! What is a Wompo doing on Kindly's turf? Are you a liaison? What am I doing here? Law seems shocked at the question. I'm an ambassador. I broker Wompo's services to Hioi. Emissaries like me are all over Hong Kong, tying it together in an invisible network. So you work with Kindly, doing tech for the Yellow Lotus. Well, I do some work directly with Kindly, but my focus is more the street level. We're all part of a big machine, each piece playing its critical role. As is so with any highly evolved machine. Exactly. That's why nobody messes with the Wompo. Boom! Does Wompo provide any technical services to Hong Kong's poor? Sure we do. We run private networks. Our services are way more than most ordinary people want though. You can get prepaid bandwidth with a corporate carrier for fractions of a yuan. But you're selling your soul, they monitor it. If you want to operate unmonitored by corporate algorithms, you gotta fly through the Wompo network. It's the only place to be. Wompons are coders and deckers for criminals, is that right? We do tech for anyone in the Kong, outside the corporate umbrellas. Anyone can use our networks, if they pass our vetting and can pay for what we bring. Law speaks without a shred of irony. It's mostly the extra-legal element that needs our skill. Thanks for telling me about Wompo. Outsiders don't understand us. Maybe you can, if you're really smart. We're a whole different world than most people. Like I'm seeing 3 streaming videos and live network stats in my goggles right now. Time's wasting, SCKZ.